So with the Minnesota Vikings off to a pathetic 0-2 start, it's not even like you lose a couple close games, like the Patriots and Seahawks. Not like it was two of those, right? It was just absolutely emasculating and embarrassing what happened out there those first 2 weeks. And so there's been talk about tanking for Trevor or flopping for Fields or no pants for Trey Lance, trademark. And we've talked about how it's basically impossible to tank in the NFL. There's too many moving parts. Players would never do it. They have too much pride. And also, so you want me to play bad on purpose? So then next year I don't get paid. I have bad tape out there, so I can't get another job. And you just replace me with a younger, better player? Cool. No, I'm going to play my ass off today. Boo. Also, most coaches would never do it. Most. Right. Plus, you can't have that many people in on the tank because someone would talk. It's like how the moon landing is probably not fake because think about maybe people would have to keep that secret. Right. And also, like, if word got out, your team would be in a world of ish. Like, ironically, they would have so many sanctions and penalties put upon you that it would basically would be a de facto tanking. So maybe it would work out. So like basically a maximum 3 people can be in. Ownership, GM, head coach. It's really about it. Triangle of authority of tanking. It's have to be. So let's go. Full tinfoil hat conspiracy on the bit. If the Vikings were tanking, how would they do it? And is it syncing up with what the reality is in this simulation right now? So first, head coach and GM would have to have some major job security. Like, what incentive would they have to put out a terrible team if their ass is just going to get fired and they won't reap the rewards of said tanking? That doesn't make a lot of sense, especially from the GM's point of view, right? And also, look, lo and behold, Zimmer and Spielman got lucrative, shiny, multi-year extensions this offseason. So de facto, they are safe by because if the Vikings did fire Zimmer and Spielman, the Vikings would basically have to eat about $50 to $60 million in costs between paying them out, paying out the coaching staff out, paying out probably the scouting department out, hiring a new GM, hiring a new head coach, and also a brand new coaching staff. So that probably won't happen. That's probably a little bit cost prohibitive there. Secondly, the GM would have to jettison nearly all of the competent veteran players and either bring in horrible players or as many young players as possible who could be good someday, but is going to go through some growing pains. And also, especially during this weird COVID offseason with no OTAs and no preseason. Oh, wait. So they punted on Diggs. They let Everson go for a song. Linval Joseph, he gone. Xavier Rhodes, I'm okay with that one. Trey Waynes, he gone. Mac Alexander, he gone. Josh Klein, he gone as well. And then you have an NFL record 15 draft picks in the Rona offseason when those rookies are going to be firmly behind the 8 ball with no way to get up to speed in the offseason. Oh, lo and behold. Oh. Love it when the plan comes together. And coaching. So you'd have to, after Michael Pierce opted out due to Rona concerns, like you'd have to actively not replace him, so that's part of the GM too. But also, you have to have the worst run defense in the NFL, despite having the best off-ball linebacker in the league, because you continually trot out Shamar Stephen and Jaleel Johnson. Be like, hey, we know that they didn't stop the run last year. It'll change this year. Oh, it didn't change? Oh no. Yeah. And then also, offensive line-wise, you roll into the season with Pat Elflein and Dakota Dozier starting. And it's like, no competition. Hey, you know the guy competing with Dakota Dozier for that left guard spot? Yeah, he's on the practice squad now. Yeah. And also, when Pat Elflein goes down, we're not going to call him up from the practice squad. Okay. Yeah. So you understand what's going on. Hey, this offensive line was bad last year. Pat Elflein and Dakota Dozier were bad last year. But hey, we'll start them this year. Great. Also, the only way to tank is if you field a terrible or very young roster, like we said, and then you stick with that personnel who you know is terrible and then stubbornly roll them out anyway. That's exactly what's happening right here. This is a gumbo, a cacophony of young players who could be good someday, but are just getting their trial by fire. They're getting a full-on NFL baptism right now, as well as the Vikings are just trotting out, especially in the trenches where the game is won and lost. All these guys who you know are bad. Why not give the young kids a shot? Oh, wait, you're putting them out there purposely because you know that they are bad because you are actively attempting to tank. So evidence against this is, So evidence against this is if the Vikings were actually tanking, like, wouldn't they want to rack up a bunch of cap space to roll over 2021 and beyond, a la the Browns, a la the Jets, blah, blah, blah. And also trading for Yannick and then paying him all that money, like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If, like, Danielle Hunter got tweaked and they're like, all right, Jalen Holmes, Cheeseburger, Eddie Arbro, let's go, right? And then also, I think there is some circumstantial evidence, but, you know, if they were going full tank, why extend Kirk Cousins? Just be terrible this year. Let Cousins walk in free agency. You get yourself a sexy-ass compensatory pick, and then at the top of the draft your quarterback of the future. And then Cousins off the books. You got tons of cap space to play with for future years. There you go. But as this year goes along, I mean, maybe the Vikings will take the proverbial knee on the seas and try to run out this clock, right? And then maybe this conspiracy goes from theory to fact. And then this team becomes all lizard people or interdimensional vampires. I don't know. One of the two. But your thoughts. Are the Vikings really tanking? There's some truth to all rumors. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Must support that work. Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.